Arie, you and I have spent time in front of a turning center. We've spent time in front of a milling machine. And we talked a little bit, just kind of getting the audience excited about customizing something in their shop. So we decided to go out here where there are custom solutions all around us. Standing in front of one right here with some very cool parts. And you know what else is kind of fun? Do not enter. We busted those rules. Well, we wouldn't do that, of course, if it was running. So please don't call OSHA. It's not running right now. Yep. But Arie and I snuck behind the yellow ribbon so that we could get a closer look at this custom set machine to describe it to you, because we know the importance of the job shops with high mix, low volume, needing the ability to automate so that we can compete on a global scale, to have things running through the nights and weekends, and to have all of our operators get more creative, do the things that they love. It's dull, dirty, dangerous. We've heard the 3 Ds all the time. Arie, we're here now. We're talking customization. We know it's US made. We know the importance of the job shops. What pieces of this conversation would you like to amplify first?
Yeah, really, what we've looked at thus far today, is really our standard solutions that are, low volume, high mix, simple geometry type parts. This one's a little bit outside that box, right? We call this a modified load and go. This customer has unique geometry parts. These are castings. We do a lot of these castings, forgings, die cast type parts with these modified load and goes. So we take a part that otherwise wouldn't be able to be run in a normal standard type load and go, right? But we modify this unit in terms of, we modify the drawer inserts so there's part specific nesting for these parts. We modify the part contact tooling to handle these parts in the process. This is going into a Kuma LU3000 with a 2-jaw chuck and a tailstock, right? So we have some different part contact tooling here. We have a wide range of parts. Parts are small, some of the parts are larger. We have all of that kitted together right here in this solution. Customers don't have to worry about staging parts, losing parts. Our engineering team have done a great job of taking a wide variety of parts, but making the drawer inserts to where they don't change them over. There's a series of V-block notches to where these parts just sit based on the different lengths. They sit in a different notch. So then we also have our dot peen style part marker behind us. We have a lot of customers, right, that need to load, unload the machine, so we're gonna put a robot there to unload, load the machine, take that off. What else do you need to do to your part? Well, I need to mark my part. Almost every part that we handle these days is getting marked. Well, some people don't want to, utilize spindle time to engrave that part. So somebody's going to have to mark that part if the robot doesn't do it. Well, after we load the machine, let's just blow the part off in an ambient air blow-off station, dot peen part mark the part, and then put it back into the nest or into an outbound chute so the part's done, right? So that's why we're really focused on serious solutions, really working on understanding the tasks or the challenges you face at hand, right? So we solve all of those problems. We don't just automate a machine.
Arie, have you guys thought of everything? And if you've not already thought of it, you're thinking of it, and it will adapt as it comes?
We've been around for 101 years, so we're very well at adapting.
You look good for 101, Arie. I'll tell you that right now. So in summary, because we have been on a turning center, because we have been on a milling center, and the conversations we had there with that Lazy Susan style, 3-centered automation cell, and the ability to take jaws and move them in and out, we were focused there on the flexibility, right? Yes. But we didn't want to stop there. So we moved into this custom area, and you've described a really, really cool setup. But for summary, for anyone out there who's watching, you have, and don't let me say this incorrectly, quote unquote, off-the-shelf systems.
Absolutely.
But you can also, based on this area we're in right now, a customer could call you, a potential future customer could call you, and something like this, but something completely different, could be put together based on their desires?
Absolutely, yeah. So that's a great way. The standard units are in stock, ready to ship. Worst case scenario, if we need to build a unit, we're about 4 weeks because we build everything here in Dayton, Ohio. On a modified unit, you're looking at really more of a 12 to 15 week lead time typically. Depending on the modifications, but it's still a very cost-effective platform. It's very simplistic and intuitive. Our team does a phenomenal job of taking even a multi-million-dollar multi-robot cell, right, with short tack times, gauging, inspection, the whole 9 yards, but making it very simple and intuitive with the HMIs. Our controls team does a phenomenal job of utilizing, making a complex cell digital and simplistic through our HMI user interface.
And the last thing that I think is important, we've put our stamp on it in the other 2 videos. We're going to put the MTDCNC stamp on it as well. American made.
American
Let's
made.
talk about the importance. For me, I'm an advocate, right? I know the importance, especially over the last few years when we saw the lead times and the mistakes and all of these issues that happen from the big ponds that are on either side of us. Being American made is multifaceted in its importance. It could be just what I described, or it could be the fact that we're supporting the country that we currently live in. What's the importance of being American made to you, Arie?
You know, we have a lot of pride in reshoring the American manufacturing, you know, and there's just not enough people out there to really employ, you know, for the jobs. We hear all the time that robots are going to take the jobs. Robots aren't going to take the jobs. The robots are going to do the jobs that people don't want to do. We're going to utilize people for better jobs, right, that aren't dirty, dull, and dangerous. So more intelligent jobs, things that the robot can't do. But we're reshoring American manufacturing. We're building these things here in the United States, in Dayton, Ohio, with our design team, you know, our execution team. You know, so we're really helping the United States, the way I see it, the United States and our local manufacturers across the country be more globally competitive through automation. So that we can reshore more of that manufacturing and keep it here in the United States.
I love it. Very well said. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Arie doesn't even need me on camera. You always convey powerful messages. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave because Arie doesn't need me anymore.